regarding the camera cells and the and yes, the comments.
Yes, first, I want to thank council for having me and allowing me to come in and speak real quick. Just to give you a quick background, a few months after taking over this position, I was approached by police. As everybody knows, we have 8 to 10 cameras up there out in the city. We have some that we have probably the majority of them I don't think are reporting or really doing much what we need them to do. Those were with some of the neighborhood associations. They approached IT to see if there was something we could do to assist. We started looking at it. Fast forward to December, Captain Angelo, the chief, and I had met with a company called Agile, and I just want to give you a little background before I show you what we got. And we came up with a solution for the city that we thought was a win-win situation for all of us, and that we could put cameras up. And when I say cameras, the first thing I want to do is dispel any notion that they're red light cameras. Nothing like that. These are merely safety cameras. We had thought about, after talking with police, that these are cameras that could be used along with ShotSpotter in some of the neighborhoods. And then working through Agile, we also did our due diligence. We started looking at some other companies. Fast forward to now, we came up with a company that we had felt offered the best model, the best solution, and the best price. And hence that was Buckeye Security, and Mike Jones is standing right here from Buckeye. I'd like to welcome him here this evening. So how this transpired then, along with IT, obviously talking with members of the administration, police, fire, and engineering, and parks, we've come up with a solution that we think will be a win for the city when it comes to providing a tool that we could use to leverage security. I think it's no secret that Canton sometimes gets a bad rap. I have family that lives in Louisville, friends that live in North Canton. And the one thing I hear all the time is, I'm always trying to sell Canton, come down the first Friday, and I hear this, it's dangerous down there. And I keep telling them that's just a perception. But you know what they say, perception is pretty much 90% reality for a lot of people that don't live here. So with that being said, we thought that the cameras could go a long way in changing the perception of the city, not for just those people that live outside the city, but for the people that commit the crimes here, that if you commit crime, we're going to catch you. And in light of the events that happened in Boston and some other things, I don't think anybody can really argue the value of cameras. So where does that bring us? So I had a solution on the table, and I was approached about 3 weeks ago and basically was asked, hey, we got this 50th anniversary of the Hall of Fame coming. How fast do you think you can get those cameras up? And so I reached out to Mike, and again, with engineering and Dan's people and police and fire, we were able to essentially secure 30 cameras for the city. And I also missed a spot. I've also been working with Derek Gordon from Parks. They've had their own set of issues within the city in their parks with plumbing and things being ripped out, and them having to constantly repair those. So on a side project, we currently have 5 cameras that are going in the parks, and we also have locking door mechanisms that will lock the doors at dark, and then they'll open them in daylight. And again, that's all through Buckeye. So we have another 30 cameras that we've come up to use on the parade route. After driving the route with the engineers and Mike and myself, we determined that 20 gives us good coverage. So we're going to take the other 8 or 10, and we're going to kind of position those around the Civic Center for those events, and those will be used by fire and police. As everybody knows, for those that don't know, the Emergency Operations Center is going to be at 25th Street at Fire Station 4. We have a big smart board in there. They'll be able to pull up these cameras and view them at any time. And the same thing for police. I think they're going to have a presence at Shriver, if I'm understanding that right yet.
Walgreens this year.
The Walgreens. They also will have the ability to log in and view these cameras. And then for anybody that's driving one of our patrol cars using the air cards and laptops, they too will be able to log in and see these cameras. So the officers and fire can use these as a tool if there's an event, kind of like what happened last year. I don't think anybody's not familiar.